Low ticket communities are literally killing your growth. Okay, I wasted years inside low ticket communities. I ran my own low ticket community, but today I'm going to be exposing everything about them, who it benefits, and why you're literally killing your progress with every month that you stay inside one. All right, so we all know where they are. They're school groups, these Discord communities, even the WhatsApp groups now. They're these crazy valuable things that give everything away for $7 to $97. All right, but where did they actually come from? Because if you don't know this can be a bit of a red pill moment. All right. Now, Alan Soltonich, probably one of the best marketers of our generation. And again, this is not to take anything away from Alan. I've bought all of his products. I think he's a genius. And I just want to make sure everyone has the same information that I have so you can make the best decision about the low ticket community you're in. All right. So, Alan Soltonich, best marketer of our generation, released a book called The Automatic Clients Book. Now, this was a low ticket product, okay, around, I think, $27, maybe even cheaper. I can't quite remember. But as you can see here, I bought the book, then I went on to buy the fast start, then I went on to buy the advanced acquisition, then the rapid launch stack and the converting ads. So my $27 purchase turned into a couple hundred, if not thousands. I can't quite remember. But anyway, Alan Soltonich released this book, and the concept basically is that low ticket communities allow you to acquire customers for free because the ad spend is liquidated straight away in the funnel when someone purchases that low ticket. So essentially, you get a customer, you spend money to get a customer, that customer gives you a little bit of money straight away. So you've got cash straight back into the business to scale straight away. All right. So these low ticket communities, they're not like, oh, we feel for you and we want you to get the information. No, we're acquiring this relationship for free so we can upsell you to something further down the line. Okay, now I'm telling you this from a marketer and a copywriter's point of view. I've worked on a bunch of low ticket funnels. I've made these products. I've written the funnels. I've done all of this. I've seen it from the other side. All right. So as you can see, you've got a core product, moves to an upsell, upsell two, the recurring, the high ticket, all on the back end. All right. So like I said, you're getting the new customer, you're getting the revenue straight away. You can advertise it. See, it's a very, very good system. It allows you to acquire relationships for free and scale really quickly. All right. So they overload the value. They do give you a bunch of stuff. So from the outside, it seems really good. The problem is you don't do anything with this information. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. But I just wanted to give you all the context of where this came from, and you can see all of this stuff from Alan's book. Super, super, super smart guy. But who does it actually benefit? It just benefits him. It just benefits the person running the low ticket community because it's the same price as Spotify, Netflix. People forget about the membership since it's small. They take zero action, they get zero results, they end up getting frustrated, so they buy the upsell. See, it's this vicious cycle where the guru benefits, the coach benefits, the person, the publisher running the funnel benefits, but you don't. All right. So let's think about it from another way. If this was a personal trainer and you worked with them for 6 months and you were still fat, would you give them more money or would you find another coach? All right, because this is exactly what these guys are doing. They're going through someone's low ticket community, wasting months and months and months and months and months, making this dude a pretty penny, but they get nothing. All right. And so let me expose my experience with low ticket communities so I can give you a better picture in everything that's actually going on inside there and what you want to do instead. Okay. So I spent years inside Beyond Copy, all right? And don't get me wrong, I got good value out of it, but it didn't take me where I wanted to go until I bought the high ticket. Now, as you can see, like they got a good testimonial out of me, but this only happened once I bought their high ticket, their accelerator, the thing where you're spending thousands on. All right. So they make it seem like you can do all of this with the low ticket, but we all know that the real work happens when you spend money because you feel the uncomfort and therefore you actually take the action required to get the result. All right. Now, I also spent a while in copy systems. It was Copy Basecamp at the time. But again, I was in Matt, this guy here, I was in his high ticket email dojo. And it actually really rubbed me up the wrong way because he ended up giving away the dojo, which I spent $7,000 on for $67 a month. Same calls, same resources, just packaged up for people that couldn't afford the other one. And boom, he's making another penny off of something I already paid him for. Game's the game, but I just want you to see through this, like the mask and through the smoke and mirrors, because this is essentially what's happening. All right. Now, I can tell you this from proof as well, because I ran my own low ticket community with my friends. Yeah, it's his friends in the game. And so, look, I know what it's like. I've been inside them. I've ran them. All right. And when I was in the low ticket community, I was closing tiny deals that never led to more work. I was constantly stressed out. I was broke as fuck. and I was always sending outreach. All right, I had no idea where my next payment was coming from. I was constantly overworked, had no savings, no clarity, and no idea how to scale predictably. I was underpaid and literally stuck at like 3K a month. Now, it did serve its place, sure, but nothing changed until I realized a few things, right? After wasting years in these low ticket communities and after running my own low ticket community, I realized that they have a few fundamental problems that literally kill your growth as a copywriter. You have no skin in the game. So when you haven't taken a risk, when you haven't spent that money and felt that pain of the money leaving your account, you've got no skin in the game. You've got no reason to work on the days you don't feel like working. You've got no reason to push through the uncomfortable barriers. And so you chill. Your brain picks the path of least resistance. You repeat the same old thoughts, the same old actions, and create the same old outcomes. Those outcomes reaffirm the same beliefs and the cycle repeats. Okay, so we need to just have a huge pattern interrupt of pain where you're going to feel the uncomfort, enough uncomfort to make you actually do something. All right, now here's the other thing with these groups is it attracts non-action takers and time wasters. They like feeling like they're busy, that mental masturbation, the analysis paralysis, but they don't like doing the things that actually put money in the bank. They're happy to watch a 3 hour call, not happy to spend 3 hours in outreach. It's like that's the sort of people you're attracting with these groups. And so where I've seen this from both sides, like I said, you don't want to be around this if you're really trying to push because they're going to drag you down. There's constant excuses, it's constant dropping of standards. You don't want that. If you're on your mission and you really want to make it and be a successful 6-figure copywriter, you can't have that cancer around you. It's a neurotoxin. You need that strong mind to be able to push through the difficult parts. Okay, now the other thing is like, actually think about this. Does a one size fits all approach work for 100 people in a group? Of course it doesn't. You've all got different services, you've all got different skills, you've all got different personality traits, you're all better at this thing and worse at that thing. A one size fits all approach is never going to get everyone results. It benefits the coach, it's not benefiting you. All right, so if you went to a PT again and they were like, right, this 40-year-old mum is on the same plan as this 18-year-old boy, you'd be like, what the fuck, So it's the exact same thing with this. Like, unless you're working on like a tailored program, on a one-on-one mentorship with a coach that understands you, your personality, your offer, your pros, your cons, they ain't going to be able to really help you that much, because they're doing the same shit to everyone. So I want you to keep those things in mind. All right, and I want you to come on a little journey with me because this was my turning point. At this point, I was still broke in low ticket communities, didn't know where the sort of next step was, didn't know what to do, thought I was destined to be stuck at 3K a month forever. At this time, I just started speaking to a new group of friends. All right. They were all going to Bali. They were all making good money. I didn't know if I could afford to go to Bali, but the universe, God, it all worked out for me and I managed to book it. Not only did I manage to book it, but I emptied my bank account and booked a ticket for my girlfriend as well. I must have been feeling truly abundant. So anyway, it was booked. London to Bali. I'm on my way. We have a great time. Literally, probably one of the best trips of my life. It really shifted my paradigms. It showed me what was possible. It put me around the right people. It was a great trip. All right. And these were the people that I was around. All right. You got Bram. Bram was making 10K months off of rev shares of, work that he'd done previous months before. And he was younger than me. Okay. He had Ollie, who again, same. He was like 18 at this point, smashing months like this, making me wonder what the fuck I was even doing. You had Orestes, my little Greek friend, the legend. Again, smashing 10K months, and English wasn't even his first language. I'm here like, what the fuck am I doing? And Big Money T, Tristan, traveling the world as a CMO for a 7-figure company and taking home huge revenue shares. While I didn't experience any of that, I didn't get to taste any of that sort of stuff. So I was wondering, what the fuck is going on? There's old me. I was stuck at your 2-3K a month. And essentially, Bali took me to a crossroads. So if I did the same thing over and over again, my future was predictable. I knew where that was going to take me. I'd spend my $47 a month on the thing. I would get these tiny little payments. I'd drive the same shitty car and I would feel the same stress that I was feeling month after month without anything changing. But nothing changes if nothing changes. So I decided to take a risk and try something new entirely. Instead of spending that $47, I spent $6,000, and pretty much instantly within that same month, I landed Seb on a 2.5K a month retainer. That then doubled with his other other company, double my retainer, 5K a month retainer. In the first month of investing in a high ticket coach, the cost was almost covered straight away. All right. Now, it's not because of the new information. It's not because of anything like that. It was purely because I felt the pain. I felt the uncomfort. And so I decided to take action, the actual action that was required for me to get the results. How did I know it was the right action? Because I had a coach in my corner. I would get feedback week on week, implement that feedback and go from there. So after investing this money and after tasting a new level of money, and that's when everything changed. Straight after Bali, I went to Croatia, island hopping around all the beautiful islands. Then we went exploring a bunch of castles in Germany. Then I went to Austria and was hiking around all of the different mountains. Then I was chilling in France. Then again, Greece with my girlfriend and my friends. Did like a couple weeks in Athens, a couple weeks in the mountains. Finished the year in Morocco, chilling with my girlfriend. Upgraded my house, upgraded my car, and seriously upgraded my income. Now, all of this is possible, but I just want you to know that these low ticket communities are wasting your time and killing your progress. Every minute that you spend in a low ticket community is a minute where you're not earning the income you should be earning because you haven't gone through the uncomfort of spending that money. You need to realize that this game is almost pay to play, not because you need information, not because you need access to people, but simply because we are wired to take the path of least resistance. And if you don't put yourself in a position where you need to make it work, you won't make it work. Okay, so if you're serious about scaling your copywriting business and you actually want to put in the work required to hit those bigger months, to scale way past 5, 10K a month, to live a lifestyle that you're actually proud of, a lifestyle that actually fulfills you, then please just check out the description below, book a call, and we'll just have a quick 15-minute chat to see if I can give you all of the things that you need right now to scale to where you want to get to. Whether that's processes, whether that's systems, whether that's accountability, whether that's just having someone in your corner pushing you and making you do shit on the hard day. Let's book that call in. Let's see what's stopping you and let's scale you to where you want to get to. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.